Now we can see that we have started one virtual machine, and I can also log into the console of it. Now what we are going to see is whether we can migrate this virtual machine from one host to another. And while this is being done, whatever task we may be running on the virtual machine is not interrupted, so it continues to run while the virtual machine is migrated from one host to another. So right now we can see that the virtual machine is running on host ESXi 1, and in this cluster 1 we have got two hosts. One is ESXi 1, other is ESXi 2. So what we'll do is we'll try to migrate VM1 from its currently running host ESXi 1 onto another host ESXi 2. Assume that we wanted to carry out some maintenance activity on ESXi 1 host, and for that we want to move all the virtual machines that are running on this host onto some other host in the cluster, and then take this into maintenance mode. So now while we are logged into the console, what we can do is I can open terminal and I'll run some process, say top. Okay, now it's opening the terminal. Okay, now we have logged into this machine. We'll run the command top. So now what we are going to do is, while this is running, we are going to go to the web client, right click on this virtual machine and say migrate. Now it gives us three options. One is change host, second is change data store, and third is to change both host as well as data store. So currently we'll test change host only. We click next. It allows us to select where we want to fail over. Now we are going to fail over within the same cluster. However, since we want it to fail over to a different host, we are also going to check this box which gives us the facility to select another host. So now we are going to select ESXi 2, wherein it does the compatibility checks in terms of whether it is a suitable target for this virtual machine to be migrated. So it has passed the compatibility check, so we click next. So we have got two options. One is reserve the CPU for optimal vMotion performance, which is recommended, wherein it sees that whether the target has enough CPU resources to do the vMotion immediately. If not, it will wait for the resources to be available and only then carry out the migration. Or we can perform the migration with this option, wherein we don't try and see whether there are enough resources, but we initiate the vMotion straight away. However, it may extend if it may take long if the target machine does not have enough CPU resources to start it immediately. So we always prefer this option. We'll click next. This is the summary. We say finish. Now we can see that the virtual machine relocation has started. So currently it's running on ESXi 1, and just in few seconds we'll see that it has been migrated onto ESXi 2. Now you can see it's moving on ESXi 2. Okay, we have lost the connection to the console. However, the virtual machine is still running, and if we log in again, if we connect to the console again, we can see that the top process that we had started before we started the migration is still running without any interruption.